Obviously because I was depressed, and obviously because I was
You're
afraid
depressed.
of rejection. Yeah.
Wow, the weird one.
The weird one.
The weird one in the class.
I felt stupid all my life. I felt that I was ugly, physically ugly, because the first girls that I tried to approach, they reject me. I used to drink more.
Drink more.
I used to smoke more.
Smoke more.
I used to think that the most important thing in the world, it was sex.
Sex addiction.
Sex addiction. It's not about the other person. What makes you stay there in a relationship who is hurting you?
Because you don't love yourself enough.
But when I changed, when I was fit, everything started to change. I started to attract girls. When you start this path, which is to heal yourself, you will attract more conscious people.
So, hello everyone, this is Yaoyao, I'm back. I'm so sorry, lately I've been so busy, so I'm delayed to post again. So today I have a very beautiful friend here with me. He's my spiritual teacher, Octavio. He's a model, life coach, nutritionist, fitness coach. So today we got him here to share his story, to tell us how he built himself to becoming the man today. So where you from? Introduce yourself.
Yeah, okay, I'm Octavio again. I'm from Mexico. I have 2 years living in Bali now. I'm teaching shadow work. I teach so many things. Yeah, so during this time in Bali, I met Yaoyao. We've been working so many things that maybe you will share after. And yeah, I'm really excited to share more about how I build myself.
So when we see you, we think you are always very powerful and very confident masculine man. Are you being this way, like this confident when you're growing up?
Now I'm really confident, to be honest. But when I was younger, it was completely the opposite. I'm trying to say all the things that you can see right now in myself, I was the opposite. So the interesting part is how I became this.
The man today.
Yeah.
So you used to be very insecure?
I used to be really insecure. I never talk. I never ask. After my first experiences of rejection, for me, I never realized it was really on my unconscious that I was so afraid of rejection. So imagine this kid afraid of rejection, afraid of everything. How to become or how to transform myself in a new version.
The man today.
The man today. It was a long
journey.
Transition. It was a long journey to be aware of all my traumas and to heal them and work on it, accept them first, and how to transform your pain, your traumas into something positive. Mm-hmm. Because this is really transcendental. Mm-hmm. Most of people that they can feel some of their traumas, you know, mm-hmm. They think that they will never gonna have the chance to transform themselves.
It's all illusion. Yeah.
They think that they was born like that and they never gonna mm-hmm. transform themselves because it's impossible. At that moment, your trauma is so big, so powerful that you will think, okay, I'm already lost the battle. This is my body. This is my mind. I'm not gonna be good enough, never in my life. So I will accept this role in life, and I will be someone small.
No, it's illusion. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge illusion. So I'm gonna share my most vulnerable part, because one of the things to heal myself, it was to be vulnerable, not to be afraid to be vulnerable. Yeah. So my childhood was really hard. There was a lot of, how do you call it? A lot of punishment, I would say.
Punishment.
I try so hard all the time, trying to do the best. So I remember, my childhood. I remember my childhood in a gray color.
Oh.
Gray. It was gray. Why? School. I have to be the best one, but outside the school as well, I try so hard. But all the time, the punishment. So at some point, I thought that it was wrong to be me.
Yeah.
It was wrong to be that child. Because you have to satisfy your dad, your mom, society, at school. And I remember, the most thought part of my childhood, it was when I used to play outside. When I used to play outside my place, right? Because in my background, it didn't exist yet laptops or all those kind of things. So we used to play outside. We used to play with other kids. So I remember that every time that I used to play, my dad or my mom, they used to go for me and beat me in front of my friends. I don't know why. Maybe they had.
So every parents beat their children's,
So
no, some of them not. Yeah, mostly they do.
So at some point you think that you're doing something wrong, and at some point you are waiting for, when you're having fun, okay, where is mom? Where is dad? So you're waiting for someone to beat you up.
Yeah.
So at some point you will think that it's wrong to be a kid. And at some point you grow up thinking that you're always doing everything bad.
Okay.
Right? So with the time, I realized that I tried so many things in my life because all those things was wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm going to explain how, right? Why I do a lot of things for living.
Yeah.
Exactly because my childhood. I tried so many different things.
Yeah.
Because at some point I didn't satisfy my family.
Okay.
So I had to try so many different things.
Yes.
And at the same time I tried to improve myself.
Okay.
So I studied first gastronomy. I was a chef.
Wow.
Then I'm talking like more in older. Then I study fitness. I study nutrition. I study psychologist, and among others. Yeah, but I thought that I was lost.
Yeah.
I was lost, to be honest. I was lost. I used to think that everything was wrong, so I didn't find myself at that moment. So everything came because I thought that everything that I did in my life, it was wrong.
Okay, so you need to fix yourself by study all these things to heal yourself.
Yeah, I think my thoughts when I was a kid that I was really stupid.
Okay, so that's your story.
That's my story.
Okay.
Let's say that this is the thing that I do for living. I teach shadows, which is to talk all those things that you are afraid to talk.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I thought that I was really stupid. That's why improve myself too much at that point.
Yeah.
Because when I used to be a kid, when I used to study, for my mom or my dad, everything should be perfect. So they used to beat me. If I had one mistake, they used to beat me.
Oh, so horrible parents. Me too. My father always beat me. Yeah.
So at some point, everything is wrong. So what you will think? You are stupid, right?
Yeah.
So
not good enough.
You study more. You are not good enough. You learn a lot. You have to improve yourself a lot.
Yeah.
So, and you are trying all the time
to prove yourself.
Yeah. And even if you are the best one, they are gonna tell you that
it's not good enough.
No, it's not good enough.
Yeah.
So my childhood, I had a lot of traumas, rejection as well.
Rejection,
abandonment.
Abandonment
is something really important because I remember, when you're a kid, you don't pay attention or you don't know so many things. Maybe your parents, they have to work. But at that moment you feel like abandonment. Okay, maybe my mom, my dad, they don't love me. You're a kid, you're unconscious at some point.
I think this happened to so many people.
Yeah, because they leave you at school.
Yeah.
Right? So you're waiting for them the whole day, and maybe they have to work, or you go back home and you just need a hug or cuddle with your family. But no, it's like beat you. you know. So one of my dreams when I was younger, it was to become older, because in that way I will be strong enough so they cannot beat me again.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So yeah, I didn't have like the dream to become an astronaut or something like that. No, my dream it was to be strong.
Wow.
That's why most of men, they build themselves strong, because
Cover up.
Yeah, cover.
Yeah.
It's a cover.
Yeah. Wow, I think this happened to so many people. That's how we create the lot story after we grow up. I'm not good enough. I'm not good. I'm not pretty. I'm stupid. It's just so many stories we created by our parents, how they parenting us. Yeah, so that's you discover you have so many insecurities, so you need to heal yourself, right?
Yeah, I discovered. I think that as men,
Yeah.
I'm talking about a strong man from Mexico.
Mexico.
It's important to know. That's why I say Mexico. It's an emphasis, because in Mexico culture, you should be strong, you should be dangerous, you should be tough. So you don't share too much, right? So you drive your life normally. You work, you go to school, you do your things, but there's something missing in your life. There's something that is not aligned. There's something missing all your life.
Yeah.
So then at some point in my life, I wasn't happy. I used to think that I was happy, but when I took the time, one day I took the time to say, okay, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna listen my mind. Just because something wasn't aligned, so I just took a seat and I started to think about my life. When I was a kid, I didn't have a great childhood. When I became older, or in my teenagerhood, I didn't have the things that I want, like the girlfriend, or like the car, or like all those things. So at some point in my life, I started to be honest with myself. I am happy, or maybe not.
Oh, yeah.
And I discovered that I wasn't that happy. I was maybe 50% faking, you know?
Yeah.
Faking, exactly. Because outside you can look really cool.
Yeah.
But inside, when you go back home, maybe when you take seat with yourself, maybe those thoughts that we have, that most of the people in this world we have, but we don't share. And we don't want to share because maybe
we're afraid people judge us. If we
Exactly.
share vulnerability, they're gonna see, oh, we are so weak. Yeah, especially for men.
especially for men,
Yeah.
you know. And it's really beautiful to share this story, and it's really interesting because most of the people that they know me here in Bali, now in Bali is a different story. So I'm gonna jump a little bit between the present and the past.
Okay.
It's really interesting because I got from a lot of people, they saw me as a model. They saw me that I can talk in camera. I don't have any problem because I do like I talk in public.
Okay.
I do a lot of things. They never believe me that I was the opposite. I was completely the opposite. I'd be so embarrassed. I used to be so embarrassed to talk in public. I never think or I never imagine to grab a microphone and talk in front of the public.
I see.
I never saw myself being a model. Never in my life. Why? Exactly, I have to jump to the past to understand what was happening. Why I never saw myself as a model.
Yeah.
Why I never saw myself like a successful guy. I never saw myself as a handsome guy. I never saw myself being someone great.
Okay.
Why? Parenthood,
Yeah.
as well the outside world, other kids. In Mexico, people don't share affirmation words. I call
Affirmation,
them
yeah.
I call them love words.
Love words. In China too, our parents never give us affirmation. Really rare. I think for Chinese parents, really rare to give children affirmation, love words. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite difficult.
Very difficult.
So obviously, I never had affirmation words, love words in my life. The first girls that I tried to approach, they reject me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So obviously I said, okay, it's important to say that I have a special brother which changed my life. He's different, right? When he was born, he had like some oxygen problems in their brain.
Okay.
So he has different capacities. He cannot speak. He cannot move in the proper way. So my family was different. So he looks different. So at that time, like let's jump 30, 25 years ago, society wasn't prepared. They weren't prepared to see someone different.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, people were very mean to those kind
So
of
at that
special
moment,
kids.
exactly, it was my childhood was really mean, and I was embarrassed of my family because not my friends but other kids at school, they used to laugh or they used to make fun about it.
Oh.
So obviously for me it was really, really painful, and obviously I used to fight a lot as well because of that. They used to have fun, laugh about it. So my only reaction, because in my childhood the only way that I learned it was by hitting someone, to being aggressive, because I had the aggressive past. They used to beat me, so I used to beat others.
Okay.
So that's why my childhood.
It's like a surviving mode.
Survival mode, yeah. I never use my words, exactly. I never use my words in my life. I used to fight all the time.
Just physically fight
Physically fighting, so I used to be rejected by my mom, right? Because she was working, my dad was working. Obviously, my mom, I have 3 brothers. Obviously, can you imagine a teenager mom with 4 kids, but 1 special?
Oh, wow.
Obviously, everyone reject her as well.
Yeah, everybody will, yeah.
Of course, maybe her own way to protect herself was using her physical approach. So she used to transfer that physical approach into our family. So obviously, as brothers, we used to fight a lot. That was our language, the physical language, inside home and outside home.
Yeah.
So to be honest, if I compare other families, I don't compare now, but at that moment, I used to compare myself, and I would love to at that moment to have another family. I
Yeah,
used
me
to
too.
hate my family.
Me too.
I was trying all the time. I would love, like, sir, why I have this family? I don't want this family because everyone is judging me. Everyone is rejecting me because obviously no one wants to have a boyfriend like me, because my brother.
Okay.
It was really, really strong childhood.
Wow, that's so much. Your parents are beating you and you are hitting people in the school physically, and nobody give you love, affirmation, love words. Wow, that's really tough.
Yeah, that was really tough. So imagine this teenager, 15, 16 years. So he was afraid of everything. He was afraid of rejection. Abandonment, all kind of goons.
Wow,
you know?
a lot of trauma.
A lot of traumas. So I used to hide those things. I used to hide my brother.
That's a lot of hides. Wow.
Yeah. I used to hide my brother. I used to hide my parents. I used to hide everything, even my house. You know, I was ashamed of my house. I was ashamed of everything. I was embarrassed of everything.
I'm so sorry.
So obviously I was embarrassed about myself.
Wow, that's a lot of pain to hide. Yeah.
A lot when you're a kid.
Yeah, in your kids.
You know, so I start to grow up. So this is one, I felt stupid all my life. I felt that I was ugly, physically ugly, because the first girls that I tried to approach, they reject me.
I'm so
that my
sorry.
first experiences
trauma.
That trauma.
Oh.
So so all those kind of traumas. Then then something shifted in my life. Something happened really important, which it was my first girlfriends. How I get my first girlfriends. For me, it was really important, and it was something really traumatic, because my friends, they used to start to have girlfriends when they are like 8, 10, 11, 12.
That's so early.
You know, so I was the only one who didn't have a girlfriend. So you start to see that they have things that you don't have,
Yeah.
and you want them.
Oh yeah.
So I remember, obviously, because your body is your temple.
Yeah.
So your body is a reflection of your thoughts. It's a reflection of everything that is happening in your life. So obviously my body used to reflect a fat kid. Why fat? Because you need to protect yourself. So at some point you need to be bigger somehow to protect yourself for so many things that can happen to you. In this case, a lot of traumas.
Yeah.
Right? So my emotions, I used to transfer my emotions into food.
Oh. You eat a lot.
I used to have huge dinners, so I used to eat a lot of fat, cheese, quesadillas,
Yeah, Mexico.
Mexican food,
Mexican
quesadillas.
food.
So I used to be fat. So let's be honest, I
Let's
wasn't.
show the photos.
I wasn't attractive. Yeah, if you want, you will see the
Yeah.
pictures. So I wasn't that attractive in a physical way. We need to be honest in this world. It's society rule.
Yeah.
You have to be physical attractive.
So you can get girlfriends.
So you can get girlfriends or you can be successful or whatever in that, you know.
In that case.
In that case. So I remember I was so depressed. I was like 15, 16. So I said to myself, okay, I saw that the skinny guys with muscles, with abs, they have all the girlfriends, they have all the girls at school.
Yes.
So maybe I have to do the same.
Yeah, you had to be fit.
Yeah, be fit, exactly. So the school year finish. So we have like 2 months holiday, and I remember that in that transition I lose a lot of weight. So when I came back home the next year, the next school year, I was
Fit.
fit. Why? I used to drink a lot of water. I started to do exercise at my place, to eat only fruit. I remember that my college friends, they don't even recognize me.
Wow.
Because I was so fit, I'm gonna call it. It was the first time that I saw a few abs.
Yeah.
And I noticed that girls start to feel attraction for me.
Wow.
But you know, this is the interesting part that I discovered there. They don't even care who I was. I look fit,
Yeah.
I look thin,
Yeah.
I look fit, and they want me.
I think when we're teenage, we're so stupid because we're attracted by the people's look, not the mind, not the heart.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
so stupid. All these people in the school, they are assholes, but just because they look good, they have so many girlfriends. Wow.
Yeah. So can you imagine, as men, you are in that moment, you don't have any power position. You are not the alpha, because in the man world you have to be the alpha. You have to be the strongest one. You have to be the most handsome one, the most attractive one. You have to be a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I was the opposite guy. Let's say that everyone should be white. In this case, I was black. I was the opposite. Maybe just in my mind.
You mean your skin?
No, I mean, I was the another version of men, not the men that girls want.
Okay.
In this case, the white person, I'm gonna call it like that,
Okay.
is this kid who is fit, who has abs, who has money, who has already a car, or he is behaving like an asshole, bullying everyone. Girls feel at that moment, they feel attraction for that kind of kids.
Yeah.
So I was the opposite. That's why I said I was the black, which I was the quiet guy. I used to sit down at the end of the classroom. I didn't talk too much. I was more in my world, obviously because I was depressed, and obviously because I was
You're
afraid
depressed.
of rejection. Yeah.
Wow, the weird one.
The weird one.
The weird one in the class.
The weird one in the class who doesn't talk, with long hair, you know, like trying to cover and not. Yeah, exactly. But when I changed, when I was fit, everything started to change. I started to attract girls.
Oh, wow.
People start to invite me to parties.
Wow.
And I said, whoa, so just
Big
because
change.
this figure is giving me a lot of you, and obviously I'm gonna be honest, I like it. I like it
Yeah,
because
when we're teenagers, we're all superficial. Yeah.
exactly. So I start to go to parties, but I start to notice that the guy who used to smoke more and drink more used to attract more girls. So what I have to do, I have to do the same, to start to smoke and to drink, but not just that. I have to be the most one.
The most
The
what?
most one, which it means, okay, you drink, but I drink more than you.
Oh, shit.
Because the man, it has to be the strongest one and the most of
Okay,
all.
we call the most stupid one, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, now that you're older, more conscious, yeah.
You look at yourself, you drink so much, smoke so much, just be cool. That's so
Just
stupid.
to be cool
So
and to
stupid.
fit in this world.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
So, around 18, I noticed that this change of body, thing one, fitness one, brought me another things. I realized that, yeah, it was important to have
Nice shape.
nice shape, a healthy shape, I'm gonna call it.
Okay.
But you know, at that moment, I still hiding my family. I still hiding my background. I never talk about my background. And when I used to hang out, I used to be not confident enough. I used to think that everyone it was better than me.
Oh.
But I never talk about it. I never say anything. So I was trying, obviously, to be the man. But at the same time,
You're so afraid to show the real self.
the real self. I was so afraid to open my mouth and to say, hey guys, you know, I feel embarrassed. Hey guys, I feel depressed today. Hey guys, guess what? My friend cheated on me.
Oh,
or
shit.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
You never share those things.
Yeah.
So I continue my life with all those traumas because obviously you will think at some point, I don't need to talk about them. It's something secret.
There's so much shame. Yeah.
Exactly, and people are not gonna see you with the same eyes.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a man and you're supposed to be the strongest one.
Yeah.
And you feel ashamed and you feel embarrassed and you will never gonna talk about it because you want to be the strongest one. So at some point, this is something really important that I want to share with you guys. The relationships that I used to have, there was really
Really toxic.
really toxic.
We all have a toxic relationship when we're younger.
Yeah, there was really toxic. One, because I choose them or they choose me, because remember I was afraid of rejection.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm not gonna try to seduce her because I know that she would say no because I wasn't the best man. There was so many options and they were better than me that obviously I'm not gonna approach her. So the only girls that they used to notice me, I used to fall in love right away, and that has an explanation. Because in my home, right, there wasn't love.
Yeah.
They were in love. So obviously the first girl who is gonna show me a little bit of attention, a little bit of love,
Aww.
I'm gonna fall in love right away.
Oh, in China we say that is lacking love. You're hungry, you're thirsty. So
Yeah.
when people give you a little bit love, you are falling into it.
And in
Yeah.
Mexico you can say, maybe some people are gonna say, no, it's not, but it's true. It's when we said, okay, love at the first sight. I look you for the first time and I'm falling in love
A
of you.
superficial love.
But it's superficial because maybe just think about it. Take a second. Maybe because she gives me a little bit of attention because this kid, remember, didn't have love.
Yeah.
He needs love. He
Yeah.
needs attention. So the first girl who pay attention to him, obviously he's gonna fall in love. I'm gonna call it, oh my gosh.
So,
Yeah.
oh my God, love.
So then with the time, I realized that I had these bad experiences because my first girlfriends cheating on me,
Oh.
I'm gonna be honest. I were really honest with them. I didn't cheat on them. No, nothing, because my idea about love and relationships, it was one-on-one, super romantic Disneyland
Sorry.
Disney relationship.
Okay.
That's where my example.
Oh.
So I said, okay, why this is happening to me? Why I try so hard to be a good boyfriend. I'm trying so hard to be a good student. I'm trying so hard to be a good friend. I'm trying so hard to do everything perfect.
Yeah.
But something is still missing.
Why they cheat on me?
Why they cheat on me? What I'm doing wrong? Now I know that it was a lack of, I used to call it love. I used to say, oh, I'm in love of you. I will give you my everything to you because you are my love. But no, now I understand with another kind of consciousness that it was my lack of love. And that's why I used to attract those kind of toxic relationships. Because the question is, what makes me stay there? If they used to hurt me, if you are in that kind of, you are used to be in those kind of relationships, it's not about the other person. What makes you stay there in a relationship who is hurting you?
Yeah. Because you don't love yourself enough.
Enough.
So you stay there with toxic people.
Because you know how to react in these kind of relationships. You know.
You feel familiar.
You feel
think
familiar.
People treat you like shit. It's familiar because you grow up in those kind of certain stance.
Yeah, because you are toxic as well.
Yeah, because we are toxic, so we are attracted to a toxic people. Yeah, that's pretty sad. Yeah. So when we heal ourselves, we're gonna attract people more healthy. Yeah.
Yeah, when you start this path, which is to heal yourself, you will attract more conscious people because they already understood this point and they are working in themselves to build the best version of yourself, right? And then you will attract by law, by universal law of energy law, you will attract someone in your similar mindset or your similar consciousness.
Yeah, that's the answer to attractive to healthy relationship. Working on ourselves first. Heal ourselves first.
That was my first transformation, I will say. When I was chubby, when I was kid, then I was in shape, then I feel a little bit more secure, just a little bit. At that moment, I thought that I was the man. At that moment. So I was super ego. I was so superficial, wearing like sunglasses, clothing, dress myself. I used to dress myself with the most expensive things that I could afford at that moment.
Okay.
Because I used to think that was my way to shine.
How people like you. That's
Exactly.
How many people like you.
Exactly. It's like, okay, I'm wearing something, this
Look
super
at me.
expensive outfit.
Yeah.
Hey, don't miss this opportunity.
Yeah.
I am the man.
Wow. You measure yourself, your
I measure my
identity, your value, everything as in what you're wearing.
Yeah.
It's not who you are really inside.
Yeah, I never think about it. At that moment, I used to think I'm a good guy, I'm smart, but I'm wearing this super expensive outfit, so I'm the best man.
The best man.
The best man, right?
Yeah.
So I continue. I used to drink more.
Drink more.
I used to smoke more.
Smoke more.
I used to think that the most important thing in the world it was sex.
Sex addiction.
Sex addiction. So you are addict to so many things at that moment, but you cannot see it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Then with the time, I remember I said, okay, I'm gonna finish my degree.
Yeah.
Because this diploma, this paper is for my family, because they are asking me since kid. Remember, I was stupid. So I thought in my life I will never gonna have one degree because it's too hard. School for me was really hard because I used to be different. Remember, I used to be the weirdo with a weird family. And at the same time, my mind I never think like other kids. I grabbed the asshole behavior because I saw the example of others behaving like stupid kids. And they used to have everything that I didn't have. So I said, okay, maybe I need to behave like those. So I grabbed that example and I start to behave, but something inside, really, really deep, used to tell me, you are not like this, you are pretending.
That's not real you.
That's not real you, you are pretending, but shh, don't say anything. Because now you fit in this world, and not everyone, but now you have friends. Before you didn't have friends. Now at least you have a girlfriend. She's not the best one for you, maybe she treats you like
shit.
But at least you have a girlfriend.
At least you have a girlfriend.
Exactly, right?
Wow.
So, okay, cool. I will drive my life like that. Now I need the paper.
Everything is fake.
But Octavio he thinks that he's quite stupid, so he's not gonna maybe finish school. So, okay, let's do it to prove my family that I did it, and I'm gonna feel okay with myself because remember, I didn't have family affection.
Oh yeah.
So the only way to receive affection it was saying, Mom, Dad, this is my degree, please leave me alone.
Okay.
Now I'm an adult, now I'm a grown-up man.
Yeah.
But guess what?
Guess what?
Didn't happen like that. I mean, I got my degree, I gave them, but now they told me, okay, now it's time to find a nice job.
Okay, it's not enough. Yeah, find a good job.
I already studied for how many years? 25 years of my life, and it's not enough. Okay. Now it's time to find a job.
Make money.
Make money. Adult world.
Adult world.
Adult world. Okay.
Welcome to adult world.
Yeah, childhood it wasn't enough.
Childhood is tough enough. Now welcome to adult world.
So we think, right? Okay, I'm gonna be adult. I'm gonna make my
play
money,
the game,
and everything's supposed to be perfect because I did everything exactly in order how I supposed to do it, and I will be happy forever and to live in peace and the paradise, right?
Yeah.
So I start to work, and I notice that now I receive orders for my family. I continue receiving orders for mom and dad. And now I'm receiving orders from others.
From your boss.
From your boss. And it's not just one boss, it's like 5 bosses.
Wow.
And you continue dressing yourself in the most proper, in the way that they are telling you how to dress. They are telling you how to behave. They are asking you even to your personal life. A job.
A job, yeah.
That was my professional side, right? But in my personal life, I start to notice that there was another man that they used to earn more money, or they used to have better positions. There's always someone better.
Always somebody richer than you. Sorry.
Yeah. So I didn't notice, but I used to compare myself with everyone.
I think that's everybody's problem before, yeah.
And I used to compare myself, because I didn't say this, but my parents used to compare me with other kids. Oh, look at Juanito. He's a really good son. Oh, look at your brother. He's a really... So they teach you how to compare with others, and now that you're older, maybe there's no mom and no dad, but you grab that conditioning to yourself. So you talk to yourself, you punish yourself comparing to others.
Yeah.
Oh, they already have a nice job and I don't have that job.
Yeah.
Let's jump to another job. And at the same time, you start to jump from one relationship into another, because at the same time, everything's supposed to be, you are gonna finish school, you finish your master, your degree, whatever, now you get job, and at the same time, you should get
married.
So can you imagine, you have to satisfy your mom, you have to satisfy your dad, your family, your friends, your boss,
society.
Your girlfriend, society. So you need to achieve a lot of things at the same time.
You're faking yourself the whole time just to make people love you.
And the worst thing about it is that you think that it's for your own benefit and because you want it.
Yeah, you think you want this life.
Exactly. At that moment, you will say, "Yeah, everyone is living that life. That's life. Life's supposed to be like that, right?"
Yeah. Yeah, when we go home, they're saying your friend already have children, they already get married, they have house and car. Look at you, you don't have anything. That's how your parents always tell you.
And no one talks about the real life.
So after you achieve everything your parents want and your life is perfect, you think you're happy, but why are you falling into depression?
Yeah, I achieved everything that I want in my life. Job, I used to travel for all around the world. I achieved everything. But one day, something was missing. And I asked to myself, are you happy? Mm-hmm. Are you happy? I'm going to ask you this question.
Are you happy?
Are you happy? But don't take a second. Don't answer right away. Mm-hmm. Analyze your life. Okay, you achieve everything that you want, but how many horrible moments you had and how many happy moments? Because if you ask yourself, how many happy moments do I have in my daily basis? Maybe you will say, yeah, short periods. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay, if I have the goal to make more money, why I don't have the goal to be more happy? Mm-hmm. Because maybe I cannot achieve more happiness. So I start to dig in this question, mm-hmm. and I discovered that I wasn't that happy.
Okay.
For the first time in my life, I take a second to answer that question, and I say, yeah, I have happy moments, but I don't have a happy life. Why? Why? Because I was trying to achieve other people's goals and not my own personal goal. And then I said, okay, what is my passion? What is my personal goal in life? Mm-hmm. Where I should find that answer. Mm-hmm. And most of people, they cannot find that answer. What is my purpose in life?
Mm-hmm. What made you happy?
And what is going to make me happy for real?
What's your passion?
I jumped into my childhood and I talked with the younger Octavio, with the young Octavio. Octavio, do you remember what you would like to be when you was a kid? Yeah, I remember. And you are close enough to that goal? I said, no, this is not the life that I want. Okay, I'm a kid, you are older, you are adult. Maybe you should start to do things to make me happy. And I said, yeah, Octavio, young Octavio, but you are going to go against your parents. I mean, you are not going against your parents, but your parents are going to think that you're going against them. Mm-hmm. Society are going to think that you are going against them. Your friends are going to think that you are going against them, even if you have a relationship or not. Maybe the girls that you feel attraction for, they are going to think that you are against them.
I think you're weird, yeah.
Because if you think, exactly, these child dreams, that's too crazy. So I said, okay, the key of my happiness is to build that kid dreams. So I asked to myself, Octavio, are you brave enough or not? Because you think that you are fearless, but be honest with you. Are you fearless or not? And I said at that moment, yeah, I'm fearless. Mm-hmm. Because my world is going to change. So I made the decision.
Okay.
And I said, okay, let's achieve your dreams, little Octavio. And I start to change my life, and I start to achieve the dreams of that small kid.
So you realize you're not happy. So what happened made you want to change your life, change this kind of state of mind?
Yeah, one of my big events in my life, it was my last relationship. Mm-hmm. I was trying to do everything correct. Mm-hmm. I did everything correct. And I felt so in love with my last relationship, and we broke. So after so many years trying to be my best version, how come this relationship ends? And the worst thing at that moment, we broke up in such a horrible way.
Okay.
Right?
What happened? Can I ask?
She cheated on me.
I'm sorry.
I cheated on her as well. Yeah, I
I'm
have
so
to be
sorry
honest. I have to
for
be
both.
honest. Yeah, for both. We was really toxic. We was really in love, but at the same time we was really toxic. Our main thing, the main thing in our relationship, it was sex. It was just sex.
Wow.
It was sex. It was amazing. But one day I asked to myself as well, okay, what else? You have another goals? You want to build something bigger with her? But she doesn't want, because she never talks about it. And when you talk about it to move together, like another step, she starts to get upset. So that means that maybe she doesn't want, or she's afraid, but we didn't have the same goal. So So I felt depressed, and I said, okay, now I'm not a kid.
Yeah.
I did everything perfect. What is going wrong?
Yeah.
What is happening? I felt so depressed. So for the first time in so many years, I start to cry. I lose my mind. I lose my purpose. I lose everything. No job. I quit to my job. I quit to my friends. Now I don't have more friends because I was too much in this relationship. I was so depressed.
Wow. Because she leave you, you become very depressed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I couldn't find myself. I saw myself in the mirror, and I said, look at you. You have nothing. Now she's gone. Your world is gone.
Wow.
So that's why I felt so depressed. And then I said to myself, I cannot live like this. You know, this is not the life that I want. I don't deserve this life. So I used to blame the circumstances. But to be honest, to change yourself, you have to accept your role in all these patterns, in all these relationships. Okay, different girls, different scenarios, different stage of mind. Something is not working. So don't blame others. Maybe you are that pattern that is not, doesn't fit, or maybe is doing something that it's wrong. I'm gonna say wrong. So maybe it's you, Octavio.
Yeah.
Maybe it's you that you are doing something wrong. So I said, okay, let's change it then. If maybe it's myself, I don't know. I'm gonna make the test. I'm gonna put myself in situations, in different situations, and I'm gonna see how I react. And maybe my reactions are not the best one, and it was true. My reactions to so many circumstances, there wasn't the best ones.
Okay.
That's why my life wasn't like I was expecting when I was a kid. Because I was doing a lot of things that I never pay attention, and I never could see.
Because you're unconscious, you are living under the programming the parents and society have shaped you.
Yeah.
You're just unconscious. So how you change yourself from that point? You want to change yourself. How you change yourself?
When I asked to myself, right, if I was happy, okay, now I need to make a list. I create a list of all the things that I don't like in my life, of my persona, of me, which is, okay, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this, and the list, it was huge.
So long, you don't like yourself so much.
And I realized that I said, yeah, Octavio, you don't like yourself.
Wow.
So let's start to work. This is gonna be a huge work, a long work, a lot of work. So you don't, when you're gonna shift, when you're gonna heal, when you're gonna change your life, you don't know. But we can start today. So I went step by step. Okay, I don't like this, I will change it.
Yeah.
Now it's to build new habits in your life. Okay, I don't like this, I will change it. How much it's gonna take, I don't know. Okay, let's mastery yourself.
Yeah.
You don't like this, change it. You don't like this, you will change it. You don't like this, you will change it. You don't like this, you will change it. So with the time, You are training yourself to become a better person, to be a better version of yourself. Mm-hmm. But the only way is to accept that there's something wrong. Because if you don't accept that there's something wrong, mm-hmm. there's nothing to fix. And you will think that your life is not in the way that you want because of others. No. You have the power to transform your life. So if you want a really beautiful life and a really conscious and beautiful relationship, you have to be able to change yourself and to evolve as well. And when I'm saying evolve, I'm saying that, okay, now I change myself, I have my own beliefs, but my mind is open mm-hmm. to relearn again and again and mm-hmm. again, because maybe the thing that I'm thinking today is not going to be the same tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that's how I start to change myself, and that's how I start to become the man that I'm today.
So you did fitness, nutrition, and you read book, and you really educate yourself so much, spend so much time to developing yourself.
Yeah, the pain was so big.
That's a lot.
The pain was so big, but at the same time it was a beautiful process. This is the beautiful thing about this story, because not everything is pain. Mm-hmm. I realized how much love I used to have for my ex. Mm-hmm. That I said, okay, now you don't have anyone to give that love. So Octavio, give that love to yourself.
Wow.
So I said, oh,
wow, that's so powerful.
I said, wow, like how come? Yeah. Imagine that you are dating with yourself.
Wow.
So all that love that you have for others, give it to yourself. Oh. And it was the first time that I understood what is self-love, because I didn't have references mm-hmm. in my life. Mm-hmm. So I just start to work. First, I start to invest myself not anymore in clothing. I start to invest in my own acknowledge. Yeah. So I start to invest time at the gym. I start to invest time in nutrition. I start to invest time in psychology. I start to invest time in my shadow work. Mm-hmm. I start to invest time in my childhood things, in my childhood goals. I start to invest more time in the things that makes me happy. Yeah, but what about your work? What about... At that moment, I said, stop. You have to take care about yourself.
Yeah.
So I start to do all those things every day, because I'm going to be honest, every day I put myself first. My emotions, I need to be okay mm-hmm. to be able to perform work or whatever. So I start to build all those things. I love what I sudden, right? I start to have some benefits, which is people see me as a hot guy, let's say. Okay, you want to be a model? I said, yes, I want to be a model. Okay, do you know, I like the things that you talk, you share. Do you want to go to be in my place and talk in front of people? I was afraid of rejection, and I said, okay, this is the perfect test to overcome my fears. Okay, I start to talk. So I start to do all those things. I start to say yes to all those things that I used to say no. Mm-hmm. And that's how I start to build this person that I am right now. And all of a sudden, right, I will say not unconsciously, but I was going with the flow, but at the same time I was working hard. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden I became someone with a lot of acknowledge. I would say now I have fears, yeah.
Still have.
I'm still have,
yeah.
But I would say that I'm fearless now. Yeah. Even if I'm afraid to do something, I will do it, because I know that I will find my power there. So that power, it means that I'm with my training, at some point I'm not gonna be afraid anymore.
So that's the process, how you become a life coach after years and years self-development and self-taught, self-working. That's how you becoming the man today. So how are you developing the shadow work coaching?
Yeah, I just started. It was really funny how I start, because obviously I had to do my own process, mm-hmm. shadow work process. Mm-hmm. I used to work with my psychologist, with mm-hmm. my therapist, and at some point I noticed that this information can save others. So one day I grabbed my phone and I posted on my social media, and the response that I had, or the replies or the DMs that I had, it was amazing.
Wow.
I touched a lot of people, and I said, this was so painful, this process of awakening, this process of self-development, it was so painful that I know how others feel. And I want to help them because it's such a horrible pain to live in that way. So I noticed that most of people, they want to heal themselves, they want to speak their truth, they want to say, or they will love to say things, but they are so afraid. So I start to motivate people to do it,
Wow.
to start to do shadow work, which is to show your vulnerable side, and actually to teach them that it's not to be weak. It's completely the opposite. That's why I know that it's really important to do shadow work for every practitioner, for every person who will like to change their life, for every person who will love to have a better life, or for people that they already are into spirituality practices.
Yeah.
Shadow work is something that is still being missing because it's still being taboo. It's why it's taboo? Because it's a hard work. We don't want to jump. We don't want to dig in things that bring us pain. Even we don't understand why is the reason to go through my traumas. But you will find light there. It's not that it's dark. It's like the light was off, so you just need to light your
Turn on the lights.
turn on the light, and you will feel more empowered.
So the most important thing you're coaching right now is called shadow work. So what exactly is shadow work?
Okay, shadow work is a spiritual practice.
Yeah.
And inside this spiritual practice, you go and you discover, because sometimes it's unconsciously, you discover past traumas that you have in your life, or you will discover things that stop you to become a better version of yourself. Shadow work, the name can be tricky because it's not only about darkness, it's not only about things that hurt. It's how to transform our experiences into something powerful and to become a better version of yourself, because this is the question. What you will do in your life if you're fearless. So shadow work is about to become fearless to achieve everything that you want in your life.
So you had to go back to your past trauma, to dive into the darkness, to figure it out what happened in the past. Then you can heal yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Because we have roots. We have roots, and sometimes we don't want to understand those roots because maybe it was so painful.
We don't want to see.
We
Yeah.
don't want to see those things, or maybe because it was so long ago that doesn't make sense now.
But still there.
But it's still there. Still there because we was born in that family. We already had those
Yeah.
experiences, and those experiences, I will call it, that are scars. Every experiences in our life is a scar. So yeah, the scar can heal,
Yeah.
but you will never understood the lesson. So more lessons, more wisdom. So
Yeah.
more wisdom, more success, more power. So even if you don't want to jump on those things, it's really important to understand them, because like that you will understand who you are for real and become that better person, better human.
So can you make an example of a shadow work, how we do it? Just for example.
Okay, a simple example is to ask yourself, okay, what I want in my life now? Maybe you can say, or I already have everything that I want. But what you will do if you are fearless? Or ask yourself, okay, when I was a kid, I used to have dreams. Can you name one of them? Then you will name that dream when you was a kid.
The dream.
The dream when you was a kid. Maybe some of them, they will like to be singer, right? Most of them, they would say, no, but I'm not good enough. But let's be honest, there are some artists that they are not the best voice ever.
Oh yeah.
So how come they became in that artist that they are now? Because maybe they was fearless.
Yeah.
And there's people that they have a beautiful voice, but they are so embarrassed to sing in front of the public. So why you are so afraid to sing in front of the public? Or why you think that it's not possible to become that artist even if you don't have a nice voice? And sometimes to achieve the things that you want in your life is not about your skills. It's about your commitment. It's about to be self-confident with yourself.
But maybe because in the past your parents tell you one sentence, tell you you are not a good singer, so you remember the voice all your life. It's becoming the trauma today.
That's true.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, because that's true. Sometimes maybe your parents told you, you know, you will never gonna make money being a musician. So obviously they are your parents, they are the authority, and that can break your forever.
Yeah.
If you jump in that child, if you jump to that path, you will discover that maybe you didn't achieve your goals because someone at some point told you that is not possible. But it's possible. Everything that you want to achieve in your life, it's possible, but you have to believe in yourself. And maybe sometimes your goals are so big, if you share with others, they will tell you that you are crazy because in their life and from their perspective, they cannot achieve those dreams. But you have the power to achieve them, but maybe you are afraid of shine.
So the shadow work can help us to go back our trauma, to heal ourselves, so we can achieve the better version of yourself.
Yeah, shadow work is for everything. You can use shadow work in everything, in relationships, in work, in inner self-development, in sexuality. You can use shadow work in all those things because it's a spiritual practice.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna compare yoga, but let's say that you will stretch in the morning, you will stretch in the middle of the night, etc. So you can use shadow work for any kind of your experiences. So you will find something there. It's like to open files, to analyze the file, and to change that file in your mind. And you can heal a lot of things that you couldn't see before.
So you mean it's like we analyze our mind all the time to what block us today.
Yeah.
All the time, to have the conscious, ask yourself why I cannot do this. So that's
why this happened to me, why I can't achieve this, what I'm so afraid, what I'm so ashamed, what I think that everything is wrong, or even I'm already have everything that I want, but maybe I can be more happy, or maybe I can live with more peacefulness. So it's not just to discover something bad, it's as well to grow or level up our love, to level up our peacefulness, to level up our happiness.
So it's build a conscious to unblock everything, stop you to be the better version of yourself.
Yeah, it's like unblock
everything.
Everything is biocodification of your own mind to achieve everything you want.
Okay, so for example, I was in your shadow work for like 3 months now, and the most difficult shadow work I did is go to talk to my parents, to heal my ancestor. That's so tough to me because based on my childhood, which I shared before, many followers already know my story. I'm grow up from a very violent parents, very violent family. So it's really difficult to go to talk to my parents about this, how they affecting all my life. So this is shadow work I did, so painful, so hard, but I did it. I really called my parents, and after that long conversation, I super open up myself and tell my parents all my fears, all my insecurity, all the things they are parenting me, which is affecting me all my life and my relationship, my career. They tell me I'm not good enough. I tell them everything. I tell my parents all my pain. So after that, I feel really much better. I'm just really, really vulnerable with my parents now. So I'm really trust this process. So can you explain me more why this help?
Okay, first, I'm really proud about you.
Yeah, thank you.
Because not all the students are there to talk with their parents.
Yeah, it's really hard. It's
Because
really
how
hard.
come, right? There's no way. No, my dad, my mom are so
Dad's
strong.
asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So no, I will never gonna talk to them.
Yeah.
It's pointless. It's so many things. But you know, the important thing about this, because I did it as well.
Yeah.
How to receive love if I don't have love? How to receive affection if I cannot share affection? What I'm trying to say, our parents are our roots. We was born there. So when my roots are broken, when I'm not connected, when I'm not in a relationship with my family, I cannot have a strong connection with others, because in the beginning I never had one.
Yeah.
So I don't know what is to have a strong connection. Maybe I will have a long connection with someone, but doesn't mean that it's stable.
Yeah.
Can crack anytime.
Yeah.
Because my relationship with myself is cracking since the beginning. So from my future, because this is about shadow work, it's about your future. You want a better future? I'm gonna say again, we already have a nice life. But if I want to level up, I want to build better relationships, I want to find my soulmate, my twin flame, my perfect job, or my higher self, I need to build something really strong.
Foundation.
So the best, exactly, if I don't have a strong foundation, it's not gonna happen. Everything is false. Everything we're pretending that we have something strong.
So our parents, our roots, if we don't heal our parents, heal the relationship with our parents, our foundation will always shaking.
And something important that I want to share is your parents, they are humans as well.
Yeah, they are humans.
So they had traumas as well. They had a lot of things that
From their parents.
They will never gonna share with you, because they don't want to share with you pain. They want to give you love. And sometimes they don't know how.
They did it the best.
But they need a best friend. So sometimes you have to give something to take something, right? So maybe if you want to have a really nice relationship with your parents, or maybe you will like to have the best friends there, you have to be that best friend first. They are humans. So if you dad, if you mom, you are not my best friend, I'm gonna be your best friend even if you don't want, because sometimes they need a best friend as well. So they are, as you are waiting to have a nice relationship, don't wait. Be that person. Be that person first.
Do the move first.
Do the move first. Call them.
Call them. Yeah, to share to really tell your parents all your insecurity and ask them many questions, and to really get to understand where they come from, what the parents do to them, and how they're becoming the person today. Maybe you can really open it up with your parents and really be the best friend for them, so you can heal the relationship and heal yourself. Yeah.
This is another point. Sometimes we grow up with ideas that they are not true.
Yeah.
Sometimes we will think that our parents, maybe we think that we was a bad son. Maybe we used to think that I wasn't good enough. Maybe I will think that my parents, they never were proud of me. But when you talk to them,
maybe they're proud of you.
maybe it's completely the opposite.
Yeah.
Maybe you have 30 years or more, it will depend on your age, living with idea,
It's wrong.
a wrong idea. So I don't know if you want to share something about it.
Because when I grow up, my best narrative of myself insecurity is I am not good enough. My parents will never be proud of me. But when I call my parents, I share with my father. I say, look, I really want you to be proud of me. I always think I'm not good enough. And then my father opened up for me. He tell me he's proud of me. He always share his proud with his friend to tell people how good I am. So my narrative, all this life thinking about I'm not good enough, is wrong. So it's illusions.
Exactly. That's why it's really important to do shadow work, to become best friends.
Yeah.
And you will understand that we are
So
living
illusions
for so long because we never dare to talk to them. So how come you're gonna face life if you cannot even face your family? Wow.
Whoa, this is so powerful. Yeah, you're so right. You don't even have a good relationship with your parents. How you build a good relationship with your partner and your future family?
Yeah, because this is something important as well. You will transmutate, you will pass all your traumas
to your next generation.
So now the work is gonna be harder because now you have to heal other generations. So now you have the time to heal yourself today and to help your ancestors to heal themselves.
So I read a really important quote that day is called heal yourself first before you have children. So your children don't need to heal all this trauma from all these generations.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's the importance of shadow work.
So where people can find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Octavio Ventura, with double A at the end. You can DM me. I'm there all the time.
So do you have your website, anything?
No. The only thing that I have is my Instagram because this work, it has to be really, really personal. You cannot do it through social media. You have to do it one-on-one because that's the only way to do shadow work.
Wow.
So you can contact me there. It has to be personal because we have our own stories. So there's not a book to make this work.
Okay, that's today. If you guys like this episode, please press the like so we can create the next episode. The next episode, we're going to talk about sexual healing, sexuality. Because in many countries, our sexuality is suppressed because the culture, society, education, our sexuality always suppressed. It creates a lot of trauma. So the next time we're going to talk about sexuality. Please follow us. So bye-bye. See you guys next time.